Why does he have to tell us the
That's
countdown timer when
professional.
it's
That's
visible?
professional. I'm a professional.
This
Go.
is WMPG Portland. I'm not saying. I'm just going to say just Portland. I'm gonna get in trouble for this. See if anyone's listening. WMPG Portland. It is Wednesday night, December 2nd, 8 p.m. But
December 1st.
second,
Second.
Oh my
Ari
gosh.
can't adjust.
It's today Wednesday?
Ari's completely unable to adjust. Never watch Back to the Future. Joined by Ari, the Data Queen, Emma Lurking, Matt Mascardi. We are Free
No,
Flow
Ari's
Media. This
actually
is Business
corrected me.
Pants. Hey!
There it is.
No pithy opening today. Thank you for joining us again. Once again, this Wednesday night, WMPG Portland. And I forgot to set my timer here, so you're gonna have to help me out, Emma. You know what we're gonna do today? We haven't done this in over a month. Let's do the good game.
Okay.
This is why I'm here.
I mean, we don't do it anymore, right? This is where Ari shines.
This is the only
Ari
place
does
I
shine
can.
here. I agree.
No, but this is like maybe because you just
What
do
about
good
woke
stories. But no, I think she shines here the most.
Well, I got kicked out of that this week, so.
Yeah, you were useless.
I'm gonna peek at my. I'm not gonna peek anything. Are you ready? I'm
Let's
gonna
do
tell
it.
you how it
Let's
works.
Jump right in. I want to.
This is how it works.
I want to go.
Our fabulous pun. I pick headlines that seem good that I think most of the world feel like are good. And our pundits weigh in to tell us if they're actually good. We go to Emma and Ari first, and then Matt is. Obviously Matt is the arbiter of truth because look at him. I mean, that's just the way he rolls.
Everybody listens to a guy that looks like this.
Typically speaking,
I got the
Ari.
sweatshirt thing going.
Ari will come in with the highest scores. Last time she had a 7. Emma will come in with the lowest scores, a 4, and Matt will be just indecisive and weird. Usually around a 5 or something.
Matt is moderate. He is a thoughtful, moderate human being, unlike the two polar extremes that we bring in to.
So if you're playing at home,
Oh yeah, Matt Mascardi, what a moderate.
if you're playing at home, be worried
Oh.
if you hear Ari go too low or Emma go too high. There's something might be wrong. Maybe not enough magnesium. Maybe too much magnesium. Are you ready?
Ooh.
It's all
I'm
about
ready.
the magnesium.
Yes, we're ready.
Let's start
Time
off
to
in
go
our big data category.
Oh my God. Thank you so much.
Yay!
Apple. Ooh, I'm gonna start with you, Emma. Apple.
Oh,
Oh,
0.
automatic 0.
jeez.
If you've never listened to us before, Emma automatically hates Apple. Everything about Apple, and yet all of the products she uses are Apple. So just
This
think
is
about
Loves the
that.
product.
Think about
A
it while we
false
do
narrative.
this. Apple will soon send parts and tools to users who want to repair their phones. This is new for Apple.
For
Boo,
free?
3.
Wow, I like that.
I like
Emma,
that
right
quick.
out of the gate.
No,
I
I
know
don't think
why,
that will be
too.
for free, Ari. But I think that the idea here is that they've never allowed people to repair their own phones.
Well, people have been doing this for a long time.
I don't know if they have been repairing their own iPhones. I think they're
You kinda
notoriously
can't.
tricky. Yeah, they're notoriously
but you-
tricky.
Okay.
I'm just saying. You're the one with the UMass.
They're like parts and
sweater
things
on,
that
so
they
you should
won't
be
provide
smart.
you with that are crucial.
Interesting. Okay. So
What do
the
you
only
think?
thing I've done is
This is
I've
a step
broken my
forward, though,
screen a
Ari.
bunch of times. I don't really care about this.
My
5.
screen is
Wow.
currently
Fine,
broken.
fair enough.
You see my
Oh,
little
Matt-
Emma, do you need help?
Nobody cares about that on the radio, Emma. Who care? Matt, who's right?
Both of you are wrong. This is great. I don't want to go wait with a slovenly Apple employee who looks down on me because they don't understand their stupid products and why I can't get anything to work for like 2 hours, sitting in the store while everybody's fawning over all the machinery and spending hundreds and hundreds of dollars on things that they don't actually need. This
The
is great.
day
Now I
you
can just
fix
do it
your
at home.
phone, the day you fix your phone is the day I'll agree with you.
So
I'm ordering
this
a repair
is-
kit right now, and I'm gonna.
And you're gonna break your
I'm
phone?
gonna break it open.
what's your number,
and fix it.
inferiority complex?
It is 6.5.
I like Emma
Thank you.
pushing the show forward. Moving on, a story that Emma covered yesterday on our Biz Nugget show, which you should all be listening to on our podcast, or it's live streamed somewhere. We don't know where. It doesn't matter.
YouTube and LinkedIn.
It's on Twitter.
And
Here we go.
And
Emma.
Twitch.
Meta let's call it Facebook. It's not Meta. Facebook's acquisition of Giphy is set to be blocked by an antitrust regulator in the UK. What do you think about this?
10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10.
I
Even though
love
it's-
it.
Okay. Ari,
10.
you also on a 10?
Yes, I don't want them touching
right.
Giphy.
2 10s. Matt, who's
Well,
right? Or are
can
they
we-
right, I should say?
Can we dial it back just a touch?
Dial it
What?
back just a touch.
It's a ridiculous button that allows you to send gifts. That's
Yeah.
where we're drawing our antitrust line. We
I
didn't draw the
believe so.
antitrust line at Instagram or WhatsApp or the major forms of communication that they have. No. The antitrust regulators were like, there's way too much GIF consolidation in the market. Too
Well,
many
this one-
people want to send.
This one was easy to see from an antitrust perspective because if Facebook buys Giphy, it is already integrated into iMessage, Slack, Snapchat, and I
I'm
think
with
other
that.
stuff.
Everything.
And so if Facebook can use it, then Facebook gets to put all the parameters on how other people can use it, aka ask them for user data.
I
So
know,
I
this
think
is
it's
like-
really easy for a regulator to see why
Thi-
it could be a problem. As
this is
opposed
like
to
getting
Instagram, where they're like,
excited-
it's just another thing.
This is like getting excited if Coke changes the shade of red on its can. Like it doesn't have
This
any
is-
effect on
What?
anything.
This is like
It does.
Oh, you guys are so lame.
This is like
That
literally
might be true.
celebrating the third
true.
preseason NFL game victory, right? Like this is nothing. This
I
is
can
all
see
one
Emma
of
doing
those-
that,
Or
though. I can see Emma
It's
doing that.
celebrating the first game to turn the tide, so shut up.
Yeah.
That's true, too.
I'm going with a
We're
5.
1-0.
I wait for the tide to turn before I
Like
actually.
What's your
celebrate.
score, Matt? What's your score?
Lame.
5.
That's
It's a 5.
complacency.
It's a 5.
Well, I will say Matt's
5.
wrong. It should be higher than a 5. All right.
Five.
Hell yeah.
Let's go over to CEO's rule. We covered this story extensively. We all know that Jack Dorsey is out at Twitter. The headline is "Read the letter Jack Dorsey sent to Twitter employees announcing his resignation as CEO." I don't want you to rate that. I want you to rate this part of the letter that applies to our universe here. Here's what Jack said. This is the letter to his employees.
needed to
his
find a
former
place to
employees
sti-
at Twitter.
To slip it in.
Parag is CEO starting today. Again, you're rating this part of the letter. I'm going
Okay.
to serve on the board. This is Jack speaking. I'm going to serve on the board through my term, which is May, to help Parag and Brett with the transition. And after that, in May, I will leave the board. Why not stay or become chair? He asks.
Wonderful.
I believe it's really important to give Parag the space he needs to lead. And back to my previous point, I believe it's critical a company can stand on its own, free of its founders' influence or direction. Speaking our language, Matt. Come on, what do you got? What do you guys think?
You
Come on.
only picked this because you love him so much.
No, I just think I think it's because it overlaps with our universe. We talk about this all the time. All right, Ari, start with you. You don't care.
10. I think
Okay,
it's
wow.
great.
Oh,
There you
so
go.
she made
There
fun of
you
me
go.
and she gave it a 10. I don't know what's
Everybody
going
should
on.
do this.
Emma, I know you hate bearded people.
5.
He
It's
says with a wink.
fine.
Really?
It's
Why is it fine?
Really? Why
He's
is it
speaking
just
our language.
fine?
This is what we want.
Because he's choosing his little baby Square over Twitter. He thinks that Square has more potential. He doesn't actually care.
I love that. I don't
No, he's
understand
into
Emma. It's one of my favorite
Bitcoin.
things about Emma.
No, I actually. So there's a part of what Emma's saying that I believe is correct because if we vaguely remember, like 18 months ago, Scott Galloway, Professor Galloway, Elliott Management, Silver Lake were all bullying Dorsey because he had 2 CEO jobs and he wanted to go move to Africa for like 9 minutes.
Yep.
And apparently, a place with a lot of brown people is not okay for a CEO
And
to live in,
Omicron.
even though we're cool with other CEOs who have 17 jobs. Jack Dorsey going to Africa was the straw that broke Elliott Management and Silver Lake's back. And then Elliott Management puts Jesse Cohn on the board of Twitter. And he serves 1 term before he steps down saying, I transformed Twitter from the board. If you were Jack Dorsey, what the hell would you be thinking? You'd be like, is this really worth it to me? Like, I have regulators telling me that like I'm destroying humanity. I've got idiots joining my board and then leaving and taking all the credit for everything that happens. I would go to Square. I'd go live in crypto land and Square and be a happy human being, in a plantation in, Africa somewhere, which that he's going to now move to Africa and it's going to be cool.
No,
I
Come
that's
on,
not
think
happening.
it's
Shakespeare.
great.
Stop monologuing.
I
Give
think
me a
it's
That's
great.
a
number.
30-minute
It's an
show. All right.
It's an
I don't
8.
know what Matt just said.
Square.
I
Let's
gave
go,
you
let's go.
real information.
Let's go to deep fake meat because this is my favorite headline of the week. I'm going to start with Emma because I just want to see her reaction to this. Nestle is teaming up with a vegan startup to develop meatless chicken wings that include realistic skin and bones.
Okay.
Vegan bones.
I love this. Realistic skin and bones.
I'm not okay with this for 2 reasons.
Yeah.
Reason number 1 is it's disgusting. Reason number 2 is because I think it was Ari who was telling us recently about how people like the meatless meat market is kind of a problem because people still need meat that tastes and feels like meat, and that ultimately harms
just the
our
beginning of
climate
something.
goals.
And then
Just
they
like-
charge
So-
you more and get rid
and they
of
charge
the
you
veggie
more.
burgers.
Oh, get
Yeah,
over it. It's
so
like
I
Giphy.
think
This is
it's
the
gonna
beginning
be
of
a-
something.
I think it's gonna be a 4 from me,
Oh, you're
unfortunately.
crazy.
Sorry.
So you'd rather keep killing the chickens and chicken factories. That's
I'm
Emma's
just
point of view.
skeptical.
That
Ari,
is
what do you
a
think?
my
loves
truth
a
right
good
now.
headless
dichotomy.
Ari, what do you
Emma
think
loves a
about this
headless
headline?
chicken.
It's disgusting. 0.
What? You guys. I
Literally,
know, Matt. I
Ari
know they're
has-
both wrong. I know
Ari
they're both
is a
wrong.
10 or a 0. There is no in between.
love
it's like
it.
80% 10 and 20% 0. Look, I think this solves a huge problem that both of you apparently don't care about, which is the fact that there was a study that was released last week that showed that people who are vegetarian or vegan actually suffer more bone fractures because they're not getting enough meat and red blood cells. And I think adding
Eat
bones.
some spinach.
I think adding
Ooh, I love
bones is the
spinach.
missing piece to our
You don't
fake
eat the
meat
bones.
empire.
Well, why can't you eat the bones? If it's
You
fake,
can
why
now.
can't you?
You
Okay.
can now. I mean, they're not
Edible
gonna be
I
made
bones.
love
of
this.
plastic.
Ari, what's wrong with you? How do you not
I'm
love
giving
this?
this a 10. I
I
love
don't
it.
understand Ari.
If we're gonna do fake meat, fake it up all the way. Don't stop halfway. Don't
All right,
make
moving
it like
on.
fake whatever.
Stakeholders rule, Emma. Come on. All right, feel free to, you feel free to speed it up a bit here. The radio
Don't tell
station,
me
the
what to do.
manager of WMPG just called me and was like, you guys do realize that, it's a 30-minute show. Here's the headline. Shell is scrapping its dual share structure. Oh, Matt's clapping. Emma, what do you think? I know you don't really care, Emma, but we go on and on about this. We're big alternative democracy fans, and we think one share, one vote. This is one of our favorite things to rail against. Shell is voluntarily getting rid of its dual class.
That's
Sure,
cool
sure,
and
sure.
stuff, but I'd also like them to stop killing the planet. So it's a 5.
This could make it easier. It could make it easier for shareholders to have a voice in them.
That's
stopping,
why it's a
killing the
5.
planet.
Killing
It's just the
planet
start of
versus
something. Start of something
no
with
dual
Giphy.
class shares.
Giphy
Like
is
Giphy.
fine.
Ari, what do you think?
Starting it with Shell, not so fine.
I think
like
that's
Giphy.
good. I am skeptical about why they're doing this now. What's going on?
Well, part of it is they're moving their headquarters from the Netherlands to the UK, but nobody cares about that. What? Just give it the headline. Let's keep moving
Are
forward.
you not
Yeah.
allowed to have dual class shares in the UK?
That's a good question.
I believe you are.
I don't know the
Okay.
answer to that. Yeah.
Interesting.
Maybe someone
Well,
can Google that.
I'm gonna give it a 6 because I think it's good, but I don't trust it.
Matt,
This
who's
is
right?
why they're doing it. The stock was up 2.2% on the news and up 3% at the open today. No one likes dual class shares, apparently, even though we all invest in them. This is great. This is a
seems
10.
like most of
this
America
is a
likes
10.
them.
Get rid of all the dual classy.
Oh,
Yes.
a
Emma,
final report
working.
of UK listings review recommended in March 2021 changing the listing rules to allow dual class share structures for premium listing.
Premium.
Premium. I would
Boom.
imagine that
Must be
Shell would
premium,
fall into that
right?
category now.
Are we
No,
gonna
they're
get
just trying
shirts
to-
now that say "Be like Shell"? Because
Are we-
that's too much. I would not wear that one.
Are we the only company that cares about this headline?
Yes.
We
Probably.
are. We're
Moving
the
on.
last-
Amazon, Emma,
Yes.
Amazon warehouse workers in Alabama will get another chance to vote to unionize. We covered
Yay.
this yesterday. I mean, really, like, is this good? Like, okay. I mean, they only voted. I think they only got fewer than 30% the first time. But do you really think this is gonna
It's
move
another
the needle?
chance, and I'll take it. It's an 8.
Another chance. Ari, what do you think?
I agree. I'm really nervous. I think it's a 9.
I'm really nervous. I like it. Yeah, aren't you from Alabama? You're from,
Alabama?
weren't you just in the
Absolutely
South
not.
somewhere?
I'm from
Way
further south.
farther south. Peru.
No,
Like
you were
the
just somewhere.
global
Somewhere
South.
shooting elk over Thanksgiving. Who were you shooting?
Oh my god. Now my in-laws are gonna listen to this.
You were
I was in
shooting some
Virginia.
creature, right? So she won't eat
I don't think
fake
there were any creatures shot.
skin, but she'll kill a big, beautiful mammal. Matt, who's right here?
You know
The
it.
news is rattling the markets, and by that I mean Amazon is up 1.5% today because no one cares. So I think this is fine, but nothing's really going to happen. I'm going to give it a 6. It's a 6.
No.
You're both overestimating.
I'm nervous.
Moving on. This is a good one. Microsoft shareholder, Emma, this is for you. Microsoft shareholders vote for the company to publish sexual harassment report in rare win for activists. They got 78% of the vote.
Wow.
I
That's a big win.
never like when headlines use that like in a rare win for activists. It
Yeah,
always,
okay.
you
It
know,
is.
I
but I'm
just
with
felt
ya.
like I had to preface, but I'm not mad about this whatsoever. I'm really hoping that we get some Bill Gates content in there, even though God knows we will not. So
Well-
this is,
Doesn't work for the company anymore.
This is part of the reason why this came to a vote, though. I mean, it's, you're
I
right to bring them
know.
up. Yeah.
Thank you. So yeah, I'm gonna stick with an 8 again.
And it's obviously a 10 from you.
This is wonderful. More data. I want it from everyone. 10.
I will tell you this, though, Matt, before you weigh in on this. What didn't pass was a report on how lobbying activities align with the company. That only got 38%, and a report
Wait, what?
on a report on how lobbying activities align with company policies did not pass with only 38% of the vote, and a report on median pay gaps across race and gender also did not pass at 40%. I don't know
Wow.
why.
I just
Why not
don't-
vote for all the reports? Why not just get
So
all the reports?
they're just gossip seekers.
Yeah, but if I walk by a Walmart and see an Activision Blizzard game in the window, I feel like I got sexually harassed. But we're targeting Microsoft for sexual harassment, like
Well, their
votes?
shareholders, their shareholders are not.
But
you
that's
know.
that's the point. I don't understand. The shareholders seem indiscriminate about who they target. It's more like, where can we pass this rather than where does it matter most? Because I'm not sure it matters most at Microsoft. It's not that it's bad. It's great. But it's like, can we do this at all the places? Not just not the one we can pass it?
Yep.
I'll give it a 7. I think you're both overestimating it. 7.
Let's go. Let's finish up the show
Moderate.
with our huge woke data category, Emma. This is where all the good news usually comes from, our woke data category. How are we doing on time, Emma?
We are doing pretty good.
Great.
Okay, pretty good doesn't. Come on, give me some
we're
facts.
great.
Well,
Just
now we're
go.
not doing
We're
it.
Great.
Stop talking about it. Just go.
I really want to know. Here we go. Construction starts at America's first major offshore wind farm, Ari.
Wonderful. Is that it? Is that the headline?
I mean, I
Yeah.
can tell you more, but that's the headline.
That's it.
Is that it?
Okay, I don't know where this is. I don't know who's
This is
building
an
it. It
offshore
sounds
in
great.
Massachusetts, expected to cut carbon emissions by over 1.6 million metric tons annually.
Sold.
Will
10.
will provide electricity for 400,000 homes and businesses in Massachusetts. 10.
Great. Anywhere but Nantucket, right? Or wherever the Kennedys lived? Not Nantucket.
Martha's Vineyard is where this
No.
is happening.
Oh, okay. Cool. 10.
Emma, I want you to piss on this parade. What do you think about this?
Unfortunately, I haven't seen this story in advance, so I don't really have much to piss on because I know that ocean-based wind farms are kind of the future of renewable energy, at least according to my sources. Sources. I
I
have
like this,
sources.
Emma. Let her go.
I mean, heck.
Yeah. Don't derail.
So,
Don't derail.
I think-
Is that your mom? Like, who's your source?
no, it's
Hey,
not.
hey,
It's
be
not.
nice.
Um,
You know her mom doesn't know anything about anything. Stop it, Matt.
granted, my sources only have, undergraduate degree, but whatever. They're still my sources. They know more than me.
An
So
undergraduate degree
it's-
in
Only an
economics
undergraduate degree. You snob.
and
It's
poetry.
It's a 10. I like it.
Yeah.
Matt, these headlines always seem wonderful. Put it into perspective.
It's going to produce energy by 2023. I don't know if anyone's paying attention,
Whoa.
but that's
That's
before
great. That's so
2050.
That's
soon.
27
That's
years
not-
too soon. I don't like this.
Why did they not wait until 2050 where
Yeah.
everybody else is doing it? I love this. They're right. It's a 10.
All right. In
Yay.
New England,
Wonderful.
I know you're listening, New England, and I'm not talking about the western part of Connecticut. I don't care about you, but can we just secede already? Let's just do our own thing.
Where are we going to get all our food from?
The
bread basket
New
of
Hampshire?
Vermont.
I don't know. I don't care. The market basket in Saco, Maine. All right, here we go. Bill Gates. Ooh, Bill Gates, Emma. Here, I know Matt's
Hmm.
opined on this before, but I always bring up these topics. I want to hear him talk more about it because I'm always a little bit I don't know. I'm just like I'm stupid about this topic, and I like that Matt makes fun of the way I say this word, so I'm going to do it. Here's the headline: Bill Gates nuclear. Is that right? Did I say it right?
No, you know you
Nuclear.
didn't.
Gates nuclear startup
Now you
picks
said
a
Bill Gats.
Wyoming. Bill Gates nuclear startup picks a Wyoming
Nuclear.
coal town for its first advanced reactor, which will cost $4
Wow.
billion. All right, so what do you
That's
think about
great.
Emma? You must have sources in this category too. What do you think?
No, I
I
have
know
less
Bill Gates.
sources for
Forget that Bill Gates
nuclear.
is involved. You know, nuclear is
Yeah,
taking over coal. What do you think about
it's
this?
I feel bad. I wish I felt better
Really?
about
Feel
it, but I
bad.
don't.
Feel bad.
I I
Wait,
am
Nuclear.
not your turn
first
yet,
of
Matt.
all, okay, if I'm being perfectly honest, nuclear
Please.
really confuses me as an
Me
energy
too.
source. I have really not a lot of like concept around how good it actually is for the environment or not. I really don't know.
That's
But I
why I
don't
included this
like that Bill
headline.
Gates is in charge of it.
Oh,
Bill Gates wants to be in charge of our computers, our vaccines, our energy. I'm not into it. It's a 5.
Emma, who do you hate more, Bill Gates or Apple?
Bill
Oh,
Gates.
wow.
Wow, I didn't know
Well,
that.
because
All right, what do
the
you think
reason
about
I
this?
don't
Yeah,
the
yeah.
the infrequently talked about reason that I don't like Apple, because it's never actually discussed, the reason is
Oh,
because
it's
I
been
think that,
discussed.
like Google,
You have
they
sources.
are a subtle threat and they hide behind a
Oh, we've
facade
discussed this,
of we're
Emma.
protecting your privacy and BS like that. So that's why
Here's
I
a
Emma, this
hate
is
question.
the part.
Apple. But
Emma,
Bill
this is the
Gates
part of the
is
script. This is the part of
You,
the script where I say, and yet you buy their products. But let's not
but
do
you
this.
go behind a 7-Eleven and Bill Gates and Apple are having a street fight and you are holding a shiv. Who do you hand the shiv to? You hand it to
Oh,
Apple?
To Tim Cook.
this is a game. This is a psychological game I will not play with you.
to
It's
All
too
right,
Apple.
early in the morning.
moving
Ask your
on.
sources.
Ari, rate this headline, please. Nuclear startup at a coal
I
factory in
think
Wyoming.
nuclear, it's a transition energy we need. So I think this is great, especially the coal town thing. Let's get all those people involved, all 50,000 of the 330 million Americans.
Is that your rating?
Because they have a lot of airtime
Waiting
with
for a number
presidential
here.
elections.
Waiting
Okay,
for a number.
9.
9. Matt, come on. Help us
I'm
out.
going to
Who's
tell
right?
you, I'm going to make it worse for you, Emma. This is actually a joint venture between Bill Gates' company, Terra Energy, and Warren Buffett's company.
Oh.
Of course it is.
It's a Pacific Energy
They do
Group.
everything together.
okay,
They're
but-
best friends.
And when it's done, guess when it's going to start producing power?
2042?
2028.
That's not
Fully
bad.
22 years before 2050.
Not bad.
Look at
Yeah.
all the things we can do before 2050. Are you paying attention?
Wow.
2050? You're pointless. Buffett will be 98 when this project is done
Oh
too,
my God.
if he survives that long.
Oh my
and the good news is, if there's a meltdown, no one cares about Wyoming. So this is very clearly, Ari is correct. It is a 9.
All right, moving on. We got
See,
5 more
you're correct,
headlines,
and you
about
feel
8 more
bad about it,
minutes.
Ari.
Do the math, people. Ready? Em, I'm going to start with you. Sarah Blakely, Whitney Wolf Herd, and Anne Washicki
Yep.
enter the billionaire club and are poised to disrupt the female founder ecosystem. I mean, we always push female leadership. It's a thing we love. But I mean, I don't know. What do you think about? This is really for you, Emma.
Okay, so Sarah
Billionaire
Blakely.
club. Yeah, go ahead.
So Sarah Blakely is Spanx, right? Whitney Wolf
Spanx.
Herd. Whitney Wolf
Bumble.
Herd is Bumble, and then
Bumble.
Previously
Anne
Tinder.
and Anne. Is
23andMe.
that as in Susan, as in YouTube?
No, it's
Uh,
23.
that's
There's
her
one is YouTube and one is 23andMe, right?
Susan is
Okay.
your sister at YouTube, and Anne is 23andMe.
Okay, great, thank you. So I like women. I don't like billionaires.
do.
This is a 5.
But they'll be better than Bill Gates. They'll be
Did
better
you see? No, wait.
billionaires. No,
Did you see what just happened there? The math. I like women. I don't
10.
like billionaires.
0.
That averages to 5.
5.
That's what
I
it
know.
averages.
I'm actually right with you, Emma. I completely understand that one. Ari, what do you think?
Well, I know Sarah
Spanx.
Blakely's and Whitney Wolf Herd's story really well, and I find them very impressive. I also
Waiting
don't
for a
like
number.
billionaires. I think this is good though. I think it's an 8.
Matt's a billionaire. Yeah, go ahead, Matt. Who's right?
Look, I think actually this makes me rethink what the rules should be for dual class shares. Only female founders should be allowed to have dual class shares. All these
Ooh,
women
I like
have dual
it.
class shares.
Even the
And
playing field.
I don't care. That's exactly right. Even the plan. Let them pick their own boards. Let them run their companies
like
in
it.
perpetuity for as long as we possibly can. No sunset provisions. No nothing. In fact, give them tri-class shares. Let them own 2 classes of shares because men have owned one of
Tetra
the other
class.
classes.
Let's do it. Come on.
I'm all
Tetra
about it.
class.
This is a 9. Ari's
All
closer.
right, moving
to right.
on.
9.
ExxonMobil launches sale of Texas oil and gas assets. I include this one because it made me feel hopeful that ExxonMobil is going to
Like
leave
they're
our
getting
life.
rid of it? I don't
I
understand.
don't. Yeah, that's why I included this. Like, but how should the normal person think about this?
Okay, just by the headline, I would think that they're selling their stuff to somebody else to come do the same thing. So
Good
Might be true.
inference.
I'm gonna give this a 2.
Emma,
Well,
They should sell their stuff
I-
for scraps so that
I
it could
said
be reused for
Emma.
something else.
Ari's name can be Emma. She can have my turn.
yeah, go
Emma,
ahead. Score for
give
her.
it a 2 also.
I'm
All
giving
right,
it a
Matt.
2
Are
also.
they right? Is it a 2?
they're both correct, but they're actually still overestimating. It's a 0.
Oh.
They're
Ooh.
selling these assets to usually private companies that actually burn more emissions, and are
Ugh.
significantly worse for the environment,
Ugh.
but have less
Ugh.
profile and no one knows they exist. There's been big stories about this over the last 6 months.
Wow.
He's looking at you, Dick Cheney. All right, moving on. Emma, cosmetics company Lush says it's shutting down its Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Snapchat accounts because of the Facebook whistleblower.
Wow.
What's not to love about that?
I
They're gonna be
saw
back.
this headline.
Yeah.
I love this headline. Please, no one ruin this headline for me. It's a 10.
Ari?
I admire it. I am skeptical that they are going to be able to last outside of that world. So I'm going to give this a 7 for trying.
7. That's
Wow.
sad, Ari. The CEO, I saw another headline claimed that it would be a $13 million hit to Lush. I don't really know what that means. And ironically and sadly, this headline comes right on the cusp of Free Float Media starting its own social media campaign on TikTok. And so who are we? We're a bunch of
No.
losers.
We can actually say that we've been boycotting them forever. Right?
That's
so, like
We're doing it in like a cool, subversive way.
Yeah, we're going to
you
be
know?
cool. Yeah, that's
But
true.
here's,
Matt, what do you think?
I think it's good. I like it. But I also feel like it's kind of like knee-jerky Gen Z-ish reaction because
Fine.
Facebook is the one in the
That's-
news
those are
with
the
a
good kind.
whistleblower.
Yeah.
But
That's
they're
fine.
still Lush is still on Twitter and they're still on YouTube and they're still on Pinterest. It's not like they've left social media. They just left the one where they had a whistleblower for
They
now.
got to make some money.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
I get it, but it's like you're taking a principled stand on one versus the
That's not-
others, which are not.
that's
better.
not totally true, Matt. It says here also TikTok and Snapchat. So it's 3 separate companies they're pulling out on.
That's which makes the YouTube and Pinterest even weirder to me. I don't know. I think it's
Number.
A 6. I like
6.
it, but I think it's a 6.
Moving on. Ari, this is up your
This is Ari.
Ari,
I love
do you have a commercial pilot license? You seem like the kind of person who would. Like when it's the weekend and I'm sitting on my ass like watching Netflix, I see you like
I'm
taking
flying
like
around.
flying lessons or something. Like you're that kind of person.
You know, my high school boyfriend did. or
This is
does.
Okay.
not
That does
related
not.
at all.
That's a no. I guess that's a no.
Well, all
Here's
I'm
the
saying,
headline,
like,
Ari.
We were 18 years old and we flew to the beach once, and it was mind blowing.
Ew. Okay. You could also just
Sounds
just
like a
bike
Leo
to the beach
DiCaprio
too.
movie.
You know, you could just.
The Aviator?
I cannot bike to the beach.
Oh yeah, they live in the middle.
The literal
All right, moving
aviator.
on. Ari, Rolls Royce's all electric airplane reached a
Yeah.
record 387 miles per hour top speed. An
Yeah.
electric airplane. I
That's
mean,
great.
we should be done, right? It's over, right? We win, right?
Do you think that's the speed at which you travel when you take a plane?
I don't
Oh,
know.
It's
now-
a
now
start.
we're-
This is great.
With 2 minutes left in the show, I don't know what you're talking
7.
about. Just give me a score. Yeah,
It's a
Emma, what do you think?
I happen to know for a fact that Ari knows a lot more than me about planes, so I'm gonna stick with her. It's a 7.
I don't know what that means. Matt,
I'm going to give it a 10
Are they
because
right?
going fast on an electric airplane seems awesome sauce.
And finally, my new favorite mayor, Michelle Wu, the Boston's new mayor, divests vulnerable city from fossil fuels. I included this because the ordinance actually will prohibit the use of public funds for being invested in any company that derives more than 15% of its revenue from fossil fuels, tobacco products, or private prisons. So it's not a full divestment. It's something weird. This is 15% number here. So weigh in quickly, Ari. Is this good enough?
To start, God, I'm gonna need
Giffy?
more than this. I think to start, I think it sounds great. And
You don't need more than this. It's pretty clear.
8.
Emma?
Michelle is doing a nice job. It's an 8.
Matt? I wish we had more
Uh,
time for this one, but we got to wrap up. What's your
I don't
takeaway
get
here
the
quickly?
15% number. I haven't
I don't
done the
either.
analysis on it. It
I don't understand
seems
it.
like a number to me, but
Seems too high
look,
anyway.
they're
not zero.
getting rid of a lot of stuff.
No,
So
0 would be
I'll
preferable,
go
Ari.
with Ari and Emma on this. 8.
Okay,
She's
eight.
doing more in the first,
9
portion
got
of
you,
her
Emma.
tenure than like everyone. So I'm
I
good with
got
it.
you, Giffy. I got you, Giffy. And wrapping up, whoa, we got some really okay. We got some surprising scores this week. I don't really know what happened. Emma coming in at 6.4, Ari at a 7.2, Matt, the optimistic one, caffeined up 7.5. That's it. That's business pants.
That's
Wow,
exactly
so
right.
moderate.
Caffeined up.
Moderate.
This is WMPG, Portland Gorham. Thank you for listening.
That was Damon Rollison, Emma Lurking, and Ari, the Data Queen. I'm Matt Muscardi. We are Free Float Media. If you like this, you should go get our podcasts. They come out every day. They're 10 minutes of interesting stuff. You can go get Woke Data, our other podcast where we say things that seem smart, I guess.
WMPG.
WMPG, and go do the things. We'll talk to you later.